Space, the boundary of human achievement, the new frontier.
It's just a cough.
Yeah, right. And the Earth is flat.
Treat your cough seriously with Robitussin CF Max. Nothing lasts longer and treats more symptoms for your cough, cold, and flu. Robitussin, because it's never just a cough.
In a few moments, you will have an experience which will seem completely real. It will be the result of your subconscious fears transformed to your conscious awareness. Warning, this tape must not be played by government personnel. It can be extremely harmful and result in severe trauma. You have 5 seconds to terminate this tape. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's good to see you. I must go. I know I must go.
Hold him. Now you listen to me, you hillbilly punk who thinks the world's still round. I'm here to tell you it's not. It's flat.
Lexi, tell us something interesting.
Okay, the Earth is flat, and a witch stole his pants.
Flat Earth expert Mark Sargent thinks the moon landing was a hoax.
Technically, the moon itself is a hoax.
Right, but betting with Sportsbet's new iPhone app?
I could do this standing on my head.
Thanks, Gravity. Sportsbet's new iPhone app. It's foolproof.
I know how we're different. Do you believe the Earth is flat?
I know it's flat. I walk on it.
Holy sh**.
Do you think the Earth is flat, Snoop? What do you
It's a flat world after all.
Smoke weed every day.
Und jetzt der Verkehr. Vorsicht, liebe Autofahrer, auf der A3 Oberhausen Richtung Arnheim ist die linke Spur aufgrund eines UFO-Absturzes gesperrt.
Broadcasting straight to you from a large spaceship, currently at war with mainstream science. Meanwhile, the AI-powered peanut gallery, nestled comfortably in the depths of ignorance and shielded by Karen B, will help you embark on a mind-bending journey into ignorance's bliss, the enigmatic, wow, I don't use that word much, and thought-provoking world of Strange World. Buckle up, fellow travelers, for a ride that will leave you questioning the very fabric of your reality. Welcome to Ignorance is Bliss, where I invite you to challenge everything you thought you knew and invite you to uncover the tantalizing secrets that lie just beyond the veil of ignorance. Yeah, because Peanut could write that on his own. This is what AI does. It makes you look way better than you are. That's really the gift of AI. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Strange World, where the truth is often stranger than fiction. I'm your host, Mark Sargent, the creator of Flat Earth Clues, which propose that all of us are living inside a Truman Show enclosed structure, thousands of miles wide. Just Google Flat Earth Mark. If you can't find it, well, you're just not very good at the internet. Currently, the show is on Tuesday nights at 7 Pacific, 10 Eastern, and yes, Carolina, if it is not, May 23rd, 2023, then you are listening to a rerun. A quote of the day goes exactly like this one thing. He had the gift of gab, but now he has the gift of jab. Who's that? Oh, I'll tell you later. Who said that? Me. That's who said that. I came up with that. It's corny, but hey, it works. And I didn't use AI to do it. My co-host, she's lovely, she's sassy, and one of the biggest Flat Earth rock stars ever, Karen B. What's going on, Karen?
What's up, Mark?
Well, it's Tuesday yet again, and people are doing dumb things yet again. So we're going to talk about it.
Sweet.
Yeah. So, Karen, being the current queen of Flat Earth, it must be hard to find Flat Earth friends. You know, David Weiss is doing, I think, an interview right now, so he's not even listening to this. Oh, we can totally screw this up. Do you know an easy way to find cool people like yourself and solid info about our stationary horizontal level plane?
Why, yes, that would be the Flat Earth Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock app.
Sure enough, it is the perfect gift for friends, family, and complete strangers. I'm David Weiss, and I approve this message. Watch the featured video every day for 2 weeks and see what happens. It'll be the best $2.99 you've ever spent. I think I broke a finger doing that. That's really hurt. Don't forget, you can also find this program on BitChute and Brighteon, Rockfin, and Rumble. YouTube is not the end of Flat Earth. It is just the beginning. Shout outs, obviously, to Flat Earther Stephen Carpenter of the Deftones. Support the Flat Earth cause and get the coolest hoodies ever. Go to the strong.family, won't you? Pick up some merch. Meetups. We got a few. Karen, fill in the blanks if I miss any. First one coming up is going to be 1 second. I'm going to make sure nobody's emailed me in the last 10 seconds. June 11th up in Seattle with Ted and I. We're going to be doing that one. I will be at that one. I'm driving over from the island to be at that one. The promo for that is on my channel. It's called Flat Earth Meetup Washington, June 11th with Mark Sargent. That would be me. Second one, Flat Earth Meetup Los Angeles, June 24th with Mark Sargent. Wow. I'm pretty popular.
You are very popular.
Well, yeah. Renee and team, they are flying me down for that, and it's everything's booked, and so it's going to be a repeat of what I did before. Looking forward to talking to a whole bunch of people. Rumor has it there might even be an astronaut in the crowd. Great, because I got a couple questions, which I'm not going to tell you here, but I got a couple of simple questions for him. And then May 30th in the UK, in Bournemouth, the UK, with virtual David Weiss. David Weiss will not be there in person, but he will be zooming in, from what I understand. Do you have any others besides those?
There is not really. Well, there's Jam in the Plane, Colorado Springs, Colorado. So if you go to flatearthfestivals.com and go to under Flat Earth Friendly Meetups, you'll see the details for that, and also for Mark's meetup in Washington, which will also be featuring Ted.
I know, right? I know. Now, don't get your hopes up. It's not like Ted and I are going to have this big makeout session while we're there. That's obviously later at the hotel.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. But Karen told me it's an open relationship, and I'm going to take advantage of that.
I said no such thing.
Oh, Karen, you don't have to lie to make friends. Okay, let's move on to. I suppose we can just go straight to the headlines show. Okay, so I got an email, by the way. The title of the show is called Ignorance is Bliss. And it is because of a guy who emailed me. His name is Virgil. He goes, "Hey, what's up, Mark? Hope you're well. I seen a meme on Facebook showing a glass with water sitting on a tabletop during a Chinese space station stream. There's no lid on the container. The glass is nearly full. You might want to talk about this." It's like, yeah, thank you, Virgil, for mentioning that. So there is a video, which we put up there, and I think I time-stamped it to the point. And what I mean was ignorance is bliss. This video is fascinating. It's a Chinese video. It's on YouTube. And how should I preface this? The United States has been called an empire of lies. And we taught the Chinese everything we know. And the Chinese are trying to do what we do. So what they do is they remember they built their own space station, which is identical to the ISS. They did it in 18 months. And with no time lapse of any construction at all. And when you look at the inside of this thing, it's cleaner than ours, it's whiter than ours, it's better in every way than ours. And here they are, walking around in zero gravity, floating around, right? But when you get to the 5-minute mark, they start an experiment, and you see there a jar of water, which has been there the entire video. And they're doing this live in front of a whole bunch of school kids, which is, again, one of our old tricks, which is you get school kids to live interact with astronauts, and it's the thrill of their lives. It's been the thrill of their lives. Like, I got to talk to an astronaut today, and they'd be chewing on that for weeks. So Chinese kids are doing this, and what she takes a ping pong ball, and she puts it in this jar of water. Now, because they're in zero gravity, the ping pong ball just sits in the middle of the water. Okay, but there's a problem. The problem is this jar, which has had the lid off of it the entire time during this video, the water's laying absolutely flat, but you're in zero gravity. So why is the water laying flat? In fact, why is the water not floating all over the place? You had her drinking little globs of water from her little pack earlier in the video. The video is only 8 minutes long. So again, here's where the ignorance is bliss comes in. Kids don't, it doesn't matter what country you're in. The math club and the physics clubs are always smaller than every other club. So I don't care if it's band or glee club or football or basketball or whatever it is. Physics clubs are tiny by comparison. So these kids don't know anything. They don't know that the jar is supposed to be, the water should be everywhere. Because it's on television, because they're watching it live, it must be true. And that's how they're getting away with the trick. It's brilliant. It's like, okay, so you're just going to let that happen. No one's going to question it. No one's going to take them to task. Nope. So much crap. So ignorance is bliss. There you go. Because you don't know, and because you don't know, you will take whatever it is at face value. The line from the Truman Show: "We believe the world that is presented to us." They show us a jar with a glass, that's perfectly flat water. You stick the ping pong ball in it, it sticks. It's on television. It must be true. Remember what I said about when I went to other countries, and I say, "Why do you think the Americans went to the moon?" Right? You're not in America. Why do you believe the Americans? It's like because it was on American television, and your news wouldn't lie. Wow. All right, so there you go. Review that at your own. I can't pronounce it. It's from in fact, that particular site is tiny. It's Fact Check Lab. It's only like 19 subs. I don't know what the Chinese translation is, but Karen might be able to paste the YouTube link in chat if you're interested. So, but look up Chinese space station and all the fun stuff they do. It's just ridiculous. All right, moving on. Ready?
Yep.
Next one down from RT.com because it's not banned yet. Yep. Elon Musk reveals who he'd prefer to see as U.S. president because his opinion matters because he's from South Africa and a billionaire. Whoever reaches the White House needs to be a good CEO of America, the tech billionaire said. Screw you, Elon. Next story. Next one down is also Elon. Be the last one, hopefully. This is from BBC. Elon Musk: "I will say what I want, even if it costs me, because I'm all about no censorship. I'm about sticking it to him. Yep, I'm not a billionaire puppet of the U.S. government at all. Nope. I say what I want, do what I want. I created Tesla. I created SpaceX. I created Twitter. I created PayPal. You wait 3 years, there'll be kids. Hey, who created Twitter? Oh, Elon did. My ass. Next story. Next one down from RT.com. This one just pissed me off. SpaceX rival, it's a nice transition though, gets NASA moon contract. So Jeff Bezos, because he needs more money, Blue Origin space program scored a $3.4 billion deal for the U.S. Space Agency's Artemis 5 lunar lander. So apparently Blue Horizon's going to be working with the Artemis program. Remember the Artemis that blew up 2 minutes after, lost control immediately and then blew up in the sky?
Right. That was just the stumble block.
Yeah, it is. That's just a hurdle. I mean,
just a little hurdle.
Who cares? It was the biggest fireworks show ever.
On the way to the moon.
Yeah. Well, apparently Amazon's going to build the lander for that. And so you see there's an artist rendering of what they're doing there. And if you look at the astronaut, the size of the astronaut compared to that thing's huge.
Yeah.
That thing's monstrous. What was that? 4 stories? 4 or 5 stories tall?
Yeah, it's pretty big.
The Artemis 5 lander. Notice how, by the way, how big the Earth is in the background, which we don't see in any of the moon missions. Yeah. So anyway, it's ridiculous. And I think they're doing this because Amazon sued when SpaceX got the contract. Amazon said it was unfair, so they're suing. So I think this is the lesser of two evils. It's like, all right, fine, we'll throw you a big contract. Yep. The last paragraph, I want to read that real fast. The space agency's second lander solicitation was issued in September 2022. The same month, Blue Origin's New Shepard rocket exploded shortly after launch. Oh, where does that sound familiar? The capsule was the NS-23 mission payload was safely recovered, but the reusable booster was destroyed. The company has not carried out a launch since. Yeah, okay, give them a contract. They earned it. Okay, next one down. Oh yeah, let's bring this up again. This is from Fox News. Senate warned of perfect storm leading to emerging AI disaster. Democracy itself is threatened. Yep. The AI is going to take over everything. The only thing AI does is make peanut gallery look better.
AI undermines societal trust with democracy itself.
Did Peanut just flip me off? Did he? Yeah, he did. Peanut flipped me off. That's rude. That is rude and unprofessional. That's all AI does. It makes you write better than you are in most cases. Seriously.
Makes you an artist.
Not to an artist, no.
Makes you a video editor. You know, basically it's killing all of the real creativity. It's taking, you know, it's replacing anything that takes any skill.
Yep. It's giving you canned
digitally,
everything.
that is.
Canned creativity.
That's right.
It's right. Just, you know, let's grab a whole bunch of words, slice them all together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So learn a skill in real life because AI is replacing everything in digital world.
Yep. Yeah, because people are lazy. Again, and you think that I'm kidding there. Think of, I mean, I'm old enough to remember back when texting replaced phone calls, because how quickly that happened when kids, you know, younger generations, and I'm not picking anyone particular, when they realized it was emotionally easier and more convenient to text somebody than to pick up the phone and call them. And now people live and die on the text. Doesn't matter how much time you spend. My rule is this, even though I've never sent a text in my life, when I watch people, I go, look, if you're spending 3 minutes texting back and forth furiously, pick up the freaking phone. It would have been easier than what you're doing. But I mean, come on, we had to create an entire multiple emoticon libraries because things get lost in translation.
Well, now you can send voice messages back and forth too, so that's fun.
Yeah, you're right. And I've seen that. And you can attach them to avatars of your face with realistic lip movements.
Really?
Yep. I've watched that too. That is weird. So yeah, you're doing the cartoon messaging. You're watching a cartoon message of an avatar of them, and the lips match up really well. It's like, yeah, but why didn't you just talk to them?
I like the voice messages. At least you can hear the inflection, you can hear the tone.
Sure. Oh yeah, there's that. All right, next one down. Where we go? AI futurism.com. Remember those 2 super balloons that NASA sent up last week, and they tried to make it look like it was a brand new thing, like NASA hasn't been sending balloons since the 1950s? Well, one of them crashed. NASA's giant balloon crashes into ocean and sinks. So long. And again, they're treating it like it's a brand new thing. It's an unfortunate and very quick end to an ambitious mission. Ambitious mission? You've been doing this since the 50s, but the general public doesn't know that. So, whatever. Next one down. Also from futurism.com. I actually like this one better. Top Space Force general confused about why Space Force exists. We could do better. Like there's a great quote down here. So let's see here. Chief of Space Operations, Chance Saltzman, voiced his confusion. I have some concerns with our current mission statement, he wrote. My biggest concern is that the mission statement does not reflect why the nation has a space force and the vital functions Guardians perform. What are we doing here? The memo goes to show that there's still plenty of disagreement over the military's branch purpose, which doesn't bode well considering the Biden administration is requesting a 2024 budget of $30 billion. Yeah.
Ridiculous. And then they call them, they're like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
They're basically, there's no difference between science and science fiction, just like what's his name said.
Yeah, and they keep calling them Guardians. That's their hook. Guardians. Guardians operate some of the most technologically advanced systems in the world. No. In doing so, they deter aggression. From who? And should deterrence fail, protect U.S. interests with military force.
It's interesting. I found an old article. I was looking through the archives.
Yeah.
I found an old article about a space force from like the 60s about why we're starting a space force. Isn't that funny?
That is funny.
Like really, really old, like late 50s, early 60s.
I mean, we all like the science fiction. I mean, two movies, of course. The most famous being 1986 Aliens, where you had the Space Marines, which actually was done very, very well. I mean, they had it like, they've been in service for a whole bunch. It was basically Marines that were soldiers. It might as well have been just anybody, guys with guns that protect the astronauts, the scientists. That's all they really did. And then, of course, the ultimate one, which is based on the book Starship Troopers, where they've got the whole, Army, Navy, Air Force, everybody's in space. All the branches are in space, and they're all rivals, and they're all beating up aliens and other planets. Yeah, good stuff. But that's not what we have now. There's almost no one that's even claiming to be in space, let alone, they don't even need bodyguards up there, if you believe what you see up there. All right. Next one down from RT.com. Captain Obvious story of the week. Wait for it. Gamers make the best military drone operators, says a drone instructor. Recruits who have video game experience tend to learn faster and fly drones better, the expert claimed. File this one under duh. Yeah, of course they do. Drones are they're just a glorified video game to them. That's all they are. I don't care if you're using Reapers, the little ones, or whatever we have in between. Guys that are good at hand-eye coordination. Guys that are especially good at flight simulators. If you can learn a flight simulator, you got drones. I mean, there's really no difference. The stakes, it's not like when you crash. Oh yeah, it might give you a little twitch, but there's nothing's going to harm you. From what I understand, Master Gunner might have to verify for this. The movies are kind of true. They fly out of they're piloting them out of Vegas, like Nevada, like these big double wide trailers with full air conditioning. And just big monitors, and they're just watching the whole thing. They couldn't be further from the action.
Wow.
Yeah, from the Air Force Base and out of Vegas. All right, next one down. Are we to? Yeah.
Got time.
What?
Got time.
We got time. Florida. Oh, this is another space one. I probably should have put this one first. Florida moves to shield space companies from lawsuits. Passengers and crew members were required to sign waiver before liftoff. So if something happens to you on a rocket that's not going anywhere, if you get injured or killed, whatever, you can't sue them, and your family can't sue them. So sorry, that's the way it goes. Probably some foreshadowing there.
Well, I mean,
come on, Artemis blew up 4 minutes in, and you're going to supposedly fill that with a whole bunch of people? Mm-hmm. Yep, that should be a good time. We get two more. Do two more for the break. Okay, I want to mention this really fast, this is from the Mirror out in the UK. Oh, all right. So if you guys remember, 3 years ago, I did a interview over on British television on the Philip and Holly show. I think it was one of the morning British UK things. And Asmongold one of the big gaming channels, reviewed it recently for whatever reason. And here's where it gets weird, right? So I hadn't even thought about that in a while, but it was good because now I could put that review on my channel because I couldn't put it on there before for copyright reasons. So it was Philip and Holly, and the guy's name is Philip Schofield. Well, turns out Phil Schofield has a brother, Timothy. And Timothy was arrested for gay underage sex crimes.
Ooh.
Yep, that's about as bad as it gets. So TV star Philip Schofield's brother, Timothy Schofield, was remanded in custody last month after a jury found the 54-year-old guilty sexually abusing a teenage boy over a period of 3 years.
Oh my God.
Yeah, not good at all. So he got sentenced finally. They waited for the sentencing. He got 12 years. He's going in. And that's bad. There's no good optics on that whatsoever. In fact, there's a picture of Philip and his brother right there. So bad timing on Philip's part, because 3 years ago, like the week before I did the appearance, he came out as being gay. Finally, he hadn't been gay publicly, even though he had kids and married and all that stuff. He hadn't come out. So he comes out. So what happens? The very next story, which is from The Independent, another British commentator, makes startling claim about Philip Schofield's nonsense this morning statement. So what happened was the very next day after Philip, after his brother got hit, for 12 years going in, Philip quits the show, Philip and Holly. And he says, well, I was having problems with my co-host Holly, and it really wasn't working out. So that's it. I'm out of here. Good night, everybody. And that was it. He's done. He didn't even do it on air. He just wrote a little thing. And all the commentators in Britain are like, yeah, what the hell ever. So remember what I said about optics earlier, which is because Philip came out as gay. So it's like, okay, you and your brother are both gay, and your brother just got hit with underage gay sex crimes. It looks bad. It looks really, really bad. And Philip, how that goes. I mean, he wouldn't be able to go out in public without answering a whole bunch of questions. They'd be all over him. The paparazzi over in England are brutal. Their newspapers are just cruel. And so they basically said, yeah, you got to quit now. And right after he quit, Holly quit. Holly's like, well, I think I should probably take a break. She was distancing herself from the entire thing. She basically wants to be away from this. So she's going to go home. She probably won't be on air for a year until things die down. And meanwhile, their substitute crew is going to come in and take care of it. And then she may come back after a year. But he is done probably forever. There you go. Just goes to show you never can tell. Everything looks fine, and then all of a sudden your brother screws the whole thing up. Weird.
Crazy.
Yeah, I know, right? Shall we have time. We can do a lucky unlucky before we go to break, right? Think? Yeah, maybe?
Sure.
Yeah, okay. So we're in lucky unlucky. Let's yeah, in fact, you know what? Let's end with this one before we go to break. Because this one kind of bothered me up until now, and I'm not trying to be cruel or jaded, but come on, we've been doing lucky and unlucky for so long, and most of the celebs I do not care about at all. This guy I did. This guy, Ray Stevenson, 58-year-old Irish actor who did a lot of UK work. He broke out in King Arthur with Keira Knightley there, and you scroll down. But the second thing down, if you see there, he was part of one of my favorite miniseries of all time called Rome from 2006. 2 seasons of that. I just loved him in Rome, where it was the rise and fall of Julius Caesar through the eyes of 2 Roman soldiers. He played Titus Pullo. Oh God, he wasn't an A-list actor, but he was a A-list character actor in the background always. He was in so many cool things, and loved everything, and he was stuff all the way up to the end. He was in a couple of the Thor movies, and then he was doing stuff for Star Wars, and it's pretty easy for him. He's 6'5", big guy, good looking guy. So cause of death, of course, not listed, but if you want to look his life and pics, there it is under BBC News. Ray Stevenson, Thor, Star Wars, and Rome, actor's career and pictures. So he will be missed. Everybody else right now, no. No, but from my standpoint, like I liked everything he did. So I'm sad. I'm sad that he fell for it. I'm sad he got the shot. You know, that he went suddenly. 58 is not old. And he was working up until that point. So we'll probably hear in a couple months what happened to him. But there you go, Ray Stevenson. Oh yeah, Punisher Warzone for you hardcore action fans. He was one of the Punishers back in the day. A lot of people didn't like that Punisher, but I did. I thought it was cool. You like the behind the scenes was kind of fun. All right, we're gonna go to our first break, and when we come back, we will continue with Lucky Unlucky, and then I've got like 6 Clown Worlds. So the music, Karen, please. All right.
Are you a blue dot? Those questioning where we live are not just here. They are everywhere. Of course, this info is hidden from you, but the app shows you that no matter where you go, you aren't alone. We are everywhere, and we are growing. Find your tribe today.
Shout out to Karen B, Mark Sargent, David Weiss. I'll be checking out that video this weekend at the Flat Earth, Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock app on YouTube. Or
That was still on there. Join me, Karen B, every moon day at 9:30 a.m. for Coffee Talk on YouTube, Rumble, and Rockfin. You never know what you'll learn about in the coffee shop. Open topic and open phones, y'all. Join me.
Welcome back to Strange World, part 2 of 4. It is you, me, and the always wonderful Karen B. So, where did we leave off? We just started Lucky Unlucky. Ray Stevenson, sad. The only A-lister that is currently in trouble, then the second one down, that would be Jamie Foxx. So Jamie Foxx still in rehab facility, even though his daughter said a couple of weeks ago he was home playing pickleball, which I'm sure had nothing to do with the television show that he was helping produce that she was going to star in, and she didn't want it ruined because Mike Tyson recently accidentally let it slip that he had a full-blown stroke. So but I can't confirm or deny that, only that he is still in a rehab facility as friends and family visit. There's the daughter, which is going to have her own television show. Well, may or may not. We'll see how that goes. Another friend, and the daughter again, and the daughter again. Down below, she's got a vested interest in visiting him. What I think is interesting, it's what was that, early April when he went down? We still have no videos. We have no still shots. They think, daughter, hey, let's take a selfie. Let's get you out there. Show the producers that you're not circling the drain. Nope, nothing. So, and let's not even talk about Damar Hamlin, who was in practice yesterday, doing just fine.
That's so crazy.
I know. I'm still trying to figure that one. Yeah. So Jamie Foxx, he's lucky because if he's in rehab and he did have a stroke, that means they are trying to see if they can recover acting ability. Because if you guys know anybody that knows the people that have had strokes, if you have a full blown stroke, it is tough. If you're an actor, especially a sharp, comedian, going back into game form, that is tough to do. Really, really tough to do. So we'll see what happens, but that's why they're not releasing anything yet, because doesn't look good at the moment. He's not dead. That's good. All right, next one down. BBC. This guy is dead. Paul Cattermole. S Club 7-star dies of natural causes. That's another thing they throw in there. Natural causes. Really? Because he was 46. Found dead in his home. Spokesperson from Dorset Coroner's office told the BBC that due to the nature of his death, there would be no inquest. We're not going to look into it. No, the further details were given on the cause of death. But we are going to say officially that it was natural causes at 46 in your home. Yep. Sounds legit to me. There's the band. 25th anniversary after the fact. So moving on, next one down. Oh, hey, you know what? I forgot that was Joe Jackson stepping out from his album Night and Day. And Peta didn't catch it either for a second. Sorry. I feel bad. Okay, next one down. So anyway, I only cost me a couple minutes. Next one down. What's the next one? What do we miss?
The Mirror.
Oh yeah, the Mirror. This is an interesting one. Physically fit man, 23 years old, collapses and dies during a football game in front of teammates. Now, Morgan Brick, 23, suffered a suspected heart attack during a football match soon after kickoff, right after the game started. What's interesting about here is he was autistic and collapsed during a match with other disabled teammates. So there you go. The paramedics and everybody tried to showed up, but it did not help. You don't hear a lot about those, but yeah, that's kind of an odd one. 23 autism. So if you think that autism works in your favor in this case, it does not. Does not.
Well, isn't that already kind of vaccine damaged?
Yes.
Once.
Let's
that
go.
Already means he doesn't respond well to them, right?
Yeah. Yeah. This one, okay, this next one down, I want to mention, and I want Karen to chime in because she's got more of a take on this than me. A couple of people emailed me and said, hey, by the way, did you know that Rashid Buttar died recently? And I looked at, I was looking at his wiki entry and I was looking at some of the other articles, and he is known as an American conspiracy theorist, anti-vaxxer, licensed osteopathic physician, known for his controversial use of Chilaton therapy for numerous conditions, including autism and cancer, so on and so on. He died on May 18th, 2023. He claimed before he died, and I did watch the video, that when he was in intensive care, I'll let Karen chime in after this. When he was in intensive care, he was given a jab that was way stronger than usual, and he was going down, and he knew he was going down, apparently. My first impression right off that is, if you are a person like, I don't know, Tenpenny or one of the other doctors that high profile doctor that's supposedly going anti-vax, the hospital is a no-go zone for you. You can't go. Because if it was me, if I was my agency was doing this, I'd have people in all the major hospitals, and we saw someone like you coming in. Oh yeah, we're gonna make sure that we take steps. So what was he doing in intensive care? In fact, what was he doing anywhere near a hospital? If this guy was such an advocate against it. So, Karen, but you did a video on him some time ago. Yeah.
Yeah, me and Brian, we did a stream where we were talking about this guy because he was kind of suspicious to us because he was actually in the news for coming forward about this chick. He was supposedly the doctor to this girl who was faking a vaccine injury. And he was trying to make it, say that she was telling the truth, but it was so obvious she was lying because she would walk with this weird limp, and then she said it would make her talk in a weird accent, and then people would find her, around town, and she would be talking and walking normal, and she would just start talking, and she was just a complete phony.
Why do you think he was backing her? I mean, did she trick him, or it just looked weird?
I don't know.
And
then during the whole COVID thing, he did some other sort of suspicious, like questionable things. And I don't know. I never trusted this guy, so I don't know what's going on here. There's something weird going on, I guess, but I don't know.
All right.
I mean, very suspicious to me. Like I never trusted this guy.
All right.
That's just me though.
Yeah, I don't know much about it. I'm not going to go through his wiki page. His wiki page isn't exactly kind to him because it's wiki. Was he an advocate? And if it was me, but my only criticism here is kind of like with Rob Skiba. It's like, look, if you're saying, oh yeah, I don't want the hospital is a really, really bad idea, and then you go to the hospital for treatment, and you're a huge anti-hospital advocate, don't know what you think the result's going to be. And I'm not trying to be mean here in any way, shape, or form. I'm just saying that it might not end well. If you already got a target on your back, why walk into that line of fire? So anyway, that's just me. So anyway, either way, look up his stuff if you get a chance. Rashid Buttar, Buttar.
Mm-hmm.
He's out there, and he is not with us, but his content will live on for better or for worse. All right, the last lucky unlucky before we go to Clown World is this from npr.org. And I now look at NPR on a regular basis just to see. This one's weird because I was a little surprised that he would go down this road, but then again, I'm not really surprised, which is YouTube star Hank Green shares cancer diagnosis. And it's from a YouTube. What was the name of that? The Vlog Brothers or whatever it was called. It's got like 3 million. Hang on, let me look it up real fast. His YouTube page is called Vlog Brothers. Yeah, 3.6 million subs. And he was a pro-shot advocate a couple years ago. I showed you, Karen, the before and after. And he did a thing. It was like when there was a whole bunch of young people that weren't going down that road, either for laziness or they just didn't fit their lifestyle. He did a big video saying, hey, it's no big deal. Go get your shot. It'll be fine. Go big deal, right? So he just released a video 4 days ago called, So I've Got Cancer. And the NPR article, he has been diagnosed with, wait for it, Hodgkin's lymphoma, a blood cancer. He's 43. He goes, when you're in an American healthcare system, you don't expect things to move quick. When it starts to get a little efficient, it's actually quite disconcerting. He goes, he's trying to be optimistic, explain that this type of lymphoma is very treatable. It seems likely at this point that it was caught early. Yeah. So for those Hank Green fans out there, and I'm not trying to encourage trolls, but in this case, it pisses me off to no end because people like Karen and I and others in our community, we beat this drum for months and years. It's like, don't do it. There are blood side effects. Don't do it. There are blood side effects. What happens to him? He gets blood cancer. Do you get it?
Mm-hmm.
All the different things related to blood, and he's actually one of the lucky ones. He didn't get a stroke. He didn't get a heart attack. He didn't get myocarditis and then, have to quit his career early. Oh no, he just got Hodgkin's lymphoma. He got blood cancer.
God.
So when I watched the video and it was him, trying to be upbeat, right? Trying to be upbeat during the whole thing. Not at no point. I'd like, there's a challenge to him. Hank Green fans, have him make a video and say, you know what, it had nothing to do with the shot. I'd like to see if he could pull that off with a straight face.
Right.
Just people think, it's just so rare. It's so rare. It's like, really? Look up Science Girl. Remember her, Karen?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been 2 months since she made her last video.
I find her videos to be so cheesy.
Well, it doesn't matter now.
Little health update videos where she looks completely normal and she's just laying on a bed. She's like,
well, I mean, I don't know what you're watching, but she hasn't put anything on YouTube in over 2 months.
I know, but there's little videos where they're showing clips of her.
Oh yeah. Where
supposedly sick.
Yeah.
I know she's not really there, but
yeah.
It just looks, to me, it just looks ridiculous.
Yeah. She's not who else? I don't know. Who else did we cover that was big on that path? She was a big science person. Technoblade. Love telling his story. Remember him? One of the biggest Minecraft channels in the world. 16 million subs. And most of them are real because Minecraft's that freaking huge. And he gets the shot in his arm. Arm turns red. Arm turns purple. Arm basically falls off. And then the infection kills him. To the point where he didn't even make his last video. His dad read the words, and I think his dad wrote the words on top of it. I think he went downhill that fast. So
that's crazy.
So yeah, I will be following Mr. Green. I will be following this and seeing what happens. And whatever. And again, my empathy is not there because how many kids did he convince to go on I think that video where he was talking about kids got 4 million hits. How many kids did you convince to be like, you know what? I should do it. I should go in. Throw caution to the wind. Whatever. Hank. Don't feel bad at all. All right, next one down is, by the way, that video, I have cancer, has 6.7 million views right now, which actually may help in some ways because some people might watch that. It's like, oh, hey, how'd that happen? Next one down is, where do we leave off? Oh, that was it. Now we're in Clown World. So, Clown World. First one, we're going to do the obvious Clown World. I got to do this one because I hear about this happens. Only men do this. Women don't do this, Karen. Only idiot men. If you're drunk enough, if you're a guy, things make sense to you that shouldn't make sense ever. So you're really, really drunk and you get pulled over. The dog is in the passenger seat and you're thinking to yourself, hey, you know what? This would be a hoot. I'm gonna grab Fido. We're gonna switch places. So when the cop comes up, the dog will be in the driver's seat. It'll be hilarious.
So stupid.
It'll be so funny. Maybe he won't give me a ticket. Cop was not amused. Cop gave him a ticket. Oh yeah, sorry. Once he realized he was going to get a ticket, he bolted out of the car, got about 60 feet away.
Idiot.
I know. But again, and you're thinking, oh wow, that's really rare. No, that happens. I have heard stories like this my whole life. They're all true. It happens. Men do dumb things. especially when they're drunk and especially when they get pulled over. I don't even know if it was a panic situation. It's like, no, I totally got this. Okay, just stay there. Stay there. Look natural, dog. Be totally fine. All right, next one down. This one's from The Guardian. This is just a sensationalist fear story. Guardian, why are you doing this? New York City is sinking due to the weight of its skyscrapers. New research finds. That alone, that's clickbait. That's just straight up clickbait. The city's sinking.
Right.
And then the subtitle, city is sinking approximately 1 to 2 millimeters each year on average.
Worsening the effects of sea level rise.
Yeah. 1 to 2 millimeters a year, you say? So we got time.
Yeah.
We got a little bit. It's not like it's gonna happen this weekend. Okay. Next one down. Oh, this is my favorite of the clown worlds. I should have ended with this, but I like throwing some of these in the middle. All right. So this one is from BBC News. Bipolar disorder. I hit the fire alarm and evacuated an airport, by Beth Rose. So the fashion model, you can look her up. Her name's Rosie Viva, was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. She's 22 years old. Okay. I want to read part of this. You look at that picture, right? You guys see, oh, look, she's got a pretty smile and bright eyes. No, I see a big can of crazy right there. That's all I see. I see those eyes, and you're wondering, the whole thing started with her boyfriend breaking up with her. Yep, he saw it too. Let's dive in, shall we? Rosie hadn't slept all night. She was excited about flying to Croatia to meet her parents for a holiday. Sleep had remained elusive since a recent breakup with her boyfriend. We don't know his name. Just call him Smart Guy. Despite this, she felt oddly on top of the world. At 1 a.m., she decided to go on a run through London. Come the morning, having still not slept, she headed for the airport, believing she was in a dream. She kissed a stranger in a cafe, did some light shoplifting, and bought everyone breakfast at McDonald's. What do you like it's a bar? First round's on me. How does that happen? You go to McDonald's, like, I want to buy everybody in your food. I honestly thought this isn't real life, right? She was hyper alert. Her eyesight and hearing were clearer than ever, and she felt her heartbeat sounded like the end of a concert. It was so loud. Yeah, right there. You should have just gone back home. At Stansted Airport, she started to question what she was experiencing and had the sudden urge to phone her mom. When she answered, it shattered the illusion. I realized it was real life and I had reached the breaking point. I felt such a sense of panic. She looked around and saw the hole in the wall, which was the fire alarm. And she just hit it. That's it. And all I remember is hearing alarms go off and seeing policemen running towards me. Yep. Then she goes on about why this happened. Mentions her boyfriends a few times. A bed was found for her in a psychiatric ward, and she was sectioned under the Mental Health Act.
Jesus.
Yep. Just because you're pretty doesn't mean you're not nuts. So, yeah. You think you're losing it? No, I'll show you someone's losing it. That girl clears out at airport. Just because. Next one down. We got plenty of time. Is from NPR. This is a follow-up story, something we did months ago. So you remember, Karen, when people figured out this is kids. It probably started out as what, a TikTok challenge? Yeah, I think it did start out as a TikTok challenge, which was Kia and Hyundai, the Korean cars. Somebody figured out that if you took a USB stick, you could use the USB 2.0 thing and jam it in the ignition and steal the car, bypassing the security systems. And so all over the United States and other countries that had these things, kids were just ripping off cars because you could steal this car faster than anything. You didn't have to hot wire anything. Just jam it in, pop the thing, jam it in there, and you were done. So it happened so many times that lawyers got involved, as they always do, and they filed a class action suit. And they settled. Kia and Hyundai agreed to $200 million settlement over car thefts. Then you're thinking, wow, what's that mean? Well, it means, and I actually agree, there's not a lot of class action suits I agree with, but this one I do. which is, so if you have a vehicle that was made between 2011 and 2022 and have the traditional insert and turn steel key ignition system, you are now allowed, you can claim on this. Affected owners can be reimbursed for up to $6,000 for total loss vehicles and up to $3,300 for damages to the vehicle and personal property. So if your car was stolen, you can get your expenses back. It's kind of nice, I think. Car thefts of the affected models using a hack popularized on social media have spiked in recent months. Oh, you think? Growing number of thefts have coincided with the spread of TikTok challenge that shows people how to steal Kia and Hyundai vehicles. Isn't social media great? That lack basic security features. The trend had been linked to 8 deaths. The car company said in February they would begin rolling out software upgrades to keep this from happening. Blah, blah, blah. Yep. One little design flaw, one little hack. That's all it took. Next one down. Got 2. We got one left and then one that Karen threw in, which we should do. Okay, so this next one is, this one caught my eye because it was it's a real travel site, View from the Wing, thought leader in travel, but the story is absolutely fake and the video is completely manufactured from beginning to end. Passenger kicked off flight after turning her coach row of seats into a fort using plastic wrap. Airlines will usually be happy to sell you more than one seat for your trip, although they really don't advertise it. One woman with 3 seats to herself felt that wasn't quite enough and decided to build a fort. She turned her row in coach into a business class suite with walls using plastic wrap. She then gave herself a roof while a passenger across the aisle filmed the entire thing. Said it was pre-departure construction project. And then she supposedly, the TikTok video is absolutely ridiculous when you scroll down. But as I was watching this, I was like, what the hell am I looking at? Because I've flown enough that I realized there was a lot of things that weren't happening. She was spending minutes upon minutes on this, and none of the other passengers were getting angry or even worried that this crazy person was surrounding her thing with plastic wrap. But the flight attendant didn't show up for minutes on end until she was basically done. And then threatened to take her to the sky marshal. Okay, what's he gonna do? And why are you identifying the sky marshal when really usually it's the captain you go to? And the comment section was all fake. They were pointing all these things out, but it got traction because in there you can find this on YouTube and TikTok and other places, and being advertised as absolutely real. Right. Because people don't. If you don't fly enough, you're not going to see it. And you think, oh, wow, this is really something. I can't believe it. But the big thing for me was the people that were sitting behind her, that were helping her tuck in the plastic wrap.
Right.
No.
Right. Like they're going to participate in that nonsense.
So many people, those buttons up above where the call button, people would be punching those in mass. There'd be call buttons lit up all over the place. Like, can someone do something with her? And then at one, she's saying she's fighting and making a scene, and the camera angle changes. It's like, okay, who's taking the video now? And she's doing the whole. He's touching me. The flight attendant's wearing a mask, and he's just a bad actor. It's
ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. But again, shows you what people believe. Okay, the last one, and Karen just found this, and I actually saw this, but I'm glad that you brought it up, Karen, which was. It wasn't just India Times. This was all over the place, which was AI generated fake image of Pentagon bombing causes stock market to dip. All right. It was absolutely clickbait from beginning to end. I knew you would appreciate this though, Karen. I'm glad you found it, which was when you scroll down to the image. Well, if we can find it down below. Ah, crap. They're not even going to show it. Damn it. They're not. Oh yeah, they do. Yeah, it's the one with the big X in the middle of it down below. So it's clickbait saying, so, oh, AI generated this image showing smoke next to the Pentagon. And the first thing I thought of you when I saw this is like, because you would say, because no one could ever generate that in Photoshop on their own. No one could ever put smoke in front of a building in Photoshop ever.
Yeah.
It wasn't a video, it was a still shot. And the stock market only went down. It was the S&P 500 only went down 30 points. That's nothing. That's a cup of coffee on the S&P 500. It affected the Dow, I don't think, at all. but the story was sensationalized, which is, oh, look what the AI did. You know, again, military type thing. The AI pretended the Pentagon had been attacked on its own. Really? Is that what it did?
Right.
Nobody said, hey, chat GPT, show me an image of smoke next to the Pentagon.
Right.
Which, by the way, would automatically flag that guy under a certain agency. People, but this didn't get as much traction as, thank God it didn't. It's like, look, that's not how it works. It's not. And but now had it come up with its own thing, it's like, you know, where ChatGPT would have said, and you know, we're coming for the US Capitol building next. Maybe it would have been more menacing, but whatever. All right. Well, that's it. It's in Clown Worlds.
All righty.
So we are going to go to break, and when we come back, we're going to be taking your phone calls. Phone number to call in is 848-222-2480. That's 848-222-2480. Funny enough, that appears to be the same number that Karen uses for coffee talk.
Is
it a coincidence or is it a conspiracy? I'll let you guys be the judge. All right, let's go to our break music, shall we? And you guys can think about that. Think about what you've done.
Hey, are you a foodie? Are you looking for the best salsas and hot sauce to serve at your next Mexican cultural appropriation party? A salsa that will knock your guests on their rear ends? Or maybe you're just looking for that authentic roasted chili flavor. Imperio Salsa is small batch and handcrafted with choice non-GMO ingredients. It is legit my favorite salsa ever. Support your local flat earther and go to imperiosalsa.com and order some of the most authentic flavored salsa I have had in a very long time. Shipping is included on all USA orders, and oh, look at this. The more you order, the more you save. They have some of the best seasonings that go great on your homemade guacamoles and quesadillas or whatever you like. They are the bomb. Season your meat with it. Season everything with it. Go get it. Keep it flat. Eat my salsa.
Gotta get you the fuck out of Dodge, man. We're going to Vegas.
What are you talking about, Vegas?
Vegas, baby, Vegas.
What do you mean, Vegas?
Vegas, Las Vegas.
I'm not going to no Vegas.
Yeah, I think, you know what, man? We're gonna go to Vegas and,
When are we going to Vegas?
We're gonna give Daddy the Rain Man suite. Do you dig that? We're going to Vegas, Mike. Vegas! You think we get there by midnight? Money, we're gonna be up 500 by midnight. Yeah! Vegas! Vegas, baby, Vegas!
One thing to remember here, if you're making still water, it's always flat, always level. So every little line that you put in it must be basically flat. You can go anywhere you want to go with it, but you have to keep them straight. In still water, it's always flat, always level.
I'm in a cult, 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 I'm in a cult. I'm at the Grove, Bohemian. I drink the juice, the chocolate milk, the holy cow. I wear the sneaks, tip up the beat on the 33.
Welcome back to Strange World, part 3 of 4. It's you, me, and the always wonderful Karen B. And that's not just because that she invited me to the Vegas conference. Eventually, we're going to have to talk about that.
Yeah, I know. I'm still trying to get my website working.
No rush. We got time. But for anyone who's looking for the big conference this year,
people are in a rush. People are messaging me. They're like, "How do I get tickets?" I'm like, "I can't sell tickets yet. Sorry. Just I will announce it. Everybody will know."
it's in October. It's going to be cool. I'm pretty sure I'm
October
open.
21st
Am I opening?
22nd.
Am I opening?
Do you want to?
Well,
You
yeah.
can. I hadn't thought about it. I haven't got that far yet.
Yeah, Mark Sargent's going to be opening the conference, and it'd be really, really cool. No, it should be fun. I do icebreakers. Thinking of giving out flat Earth cards this year. We'll see. Get people to ask me questions. Get up to the mic. You can ask me whatever. Hey, before we pick up phone calls, I want to mention really fast a few things. First off, did you see a thing I put into chat? Somebody had sent me that they had. Elaine Michael had responded to Elon Musk, because Elon is one of my favorite people ever, where he says, "I have spaceships."
Yeah, I responded to that tweet of Elon's too, by the way.
Did you?
Yes.
Nice.
I told him he only had Earth ships because you have to go to actual space.
There you go.
Spaceships, and that parabolic flights don't count. That's what I said.
Nice. Elaine said they go up and dump into the ocean. Nothing gets to space. Nothing, and you know it. Good for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's anytime you can torture Elon, please. I'm all for it. Also, my friend Jack Frost, not his real name. He mentions, by the way, as a follow-up to, remember we were talking about last week with a guy electrocuted himself because he jammed the wrong type of sexual devices up his butt. Remember him?
Oh God, yeah.
Great show with Karen and callers. And yes, as someone who works with hospitals and doctors, I can confirm 100% that some X-ray technicians make copies of interesting findings. Of course they do. It's cool. Pro tip, if you're making copies of X-ray films for teaching purposes, do not copy the part with the patient's name. Otherwise, you could end up with legal trouble. Yeah, it happens all the time. People, I've known that over the years too, which is X-ray guys have the best. They look at all of them. It's like, oh, what's going on here? Oh, he's not in good shape. And then they go, what happened? Because they try to figure it out. It's like, what happened here? Proctology X-rays, best. Also, I want to bring this up. I don't know if you remember this, Karen, but it's somebody. Again, leave it to our people. Maybe I'll bring it up in my speech in October. Because you remember the whole aliens, take me to your leader, that whole cliche line.
Yes.
Take me to leader. So he thought, it's like, he all of a sudden came out and said, hey, what would happen? And so he types into Google, who is the leader of Earth? You saw that, right?
And that said that you saw that he typed that in and you came up in the search.
Yeah. Go ahead, pop it up. Pop up Google. Pop up Google and type in who is the leader of Earth, right? And then click on images.
Okay, hold on.
And you'll get like three things. You'll see Putin. Putin's one of them. Doctor Who, which is played in this case by Peter Capaldi. You got it? I want Karen to do it in real time.
Who is the leader
of Earth?
Earth? And
if you click on images.
Click on images. There's Mark Sargent. Right under Putin, your favorite guy.
I know.
You and Putin are the leaders of Earth.
Yes. Now, does this mean that I, Mark Sargent, am actually the leader of Earth? No, it does not. That is all sorts of flavors of delusion. However, what that does mean, and this is for your think tank people out there, we'll see if they change it. What that does mean is that flat Earth has been searched so many times that we're actually affecting other algorithms that are out there. We're affecting everything because flat Earth has been used so many times that anything with the word Earth in it is being tied to us in some way. And since like, oh yeah, Mark's one of the leaders in the flat Earth community, there it is. Who's the leader of Earth? You don't even have to put flat in it. Brilliant.
Nope.
Absolutely freaking brilliant. So there you go. You celebs out there think you got the stuff? You think you got the juice? No. So what does that mean also? If you're a basic alien race, it's like, well, who should we visit? Well, look up the leader of Earth. Punch that in, Gorlak. And then he punches it in. And hey, we should go see that guy. So if you're wondering ever why a series of spaceships will fly over Whidbey Island, that's probably the reason. Right there. Do it yourself. Type into Google. Who is the leader of Earth? I couldn't make this up. So anyway, thank you, James, for again, no stone unturned in the internet. I am flattered being right up there next to one of my bosses, Putin. All right, because I'm a triple agent. Yeah. All right. Well, let's pick up phone calls. Who do we got? Paul, who drinks Gatorade and vodka. I don't know if I should open with you, but you know what? Let's try it. 630. You are unleashed. What happens?
Yeah. Hey, what's up?
Hey, are you drinking Gatorade and vodka right now?
I got Gatorade and vodka. Hey.
Yeah, we actually right. Peanut Gallery actually put that in the show notes.
It's orange.
It's
Gatorade and vodka.
Sweet. That is a quality drink, my man.
I just took a sip right now. So what's up? What's your question?
You know what I like about the callers of this show? It's the quality. That's what I like. What do you mean? What's the question?
I love you guys.
There is no question. We're not an actual radio show. It's like, all right, the question of the day for $99 is, what is the average rainfall of the Amazon basin?
Yes.
No, what's up? What's going on, man?
Yeah. What's up?
What's happening, man? Have you been listening to the whole show, or did you just listen once the phone lines opened up?
Oh no, I listened to the whole show until you guys answered calls. Yeah, it was the first call. So
wonderful, and I couldn't be more happy.
So what's hey, Mark,
yeah,
Mark.
Yeah.
You said something about Schaumburg High School. You went to Schaumburg High School?
Was this in a dream, or did your voices tell you this? No, I went to South.
No, you asked me.
I went to South Whidbey High School. So I went to a high school on this island near Canada where I am. Schaumburg, I don't even know if that's a real high school.
Hey, why the hell did you ask me about Roselle, Illinois? Don't you remember that?
I do if you do.
Well, I do. I remember that.
Why did I ask you about Roselle, Illinois? Was that? Do you remember this from the
said
last time?
You went to Schaumburg High School.
No. What? No. Oh. No, I didn't. I've done interviews with high schools, and I probably did I've done a number of interviews.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I didn't go there. I just did interviews there. They won't actually let me on campus.
Okay. All right.
Teachers won't let on campus. Not because of anything weird,
no.
but
Now
because
Mark,
you
now
don't
Mark
want
Sargent.
you don't want to be caught allowing
Never
a
here.
flat earther actually into your classroom, which was why I'm so happy about Peter Jarvio that he actually got brought into some campuses.
Yeah.
All right.
But that's different. That's
I
not high
thought
school.
you like said something. You went to Mark, or you went to freaking
no,
Schaumburg High School. So.
No. All right, man.
So I was like, what? And I never inquired about that. So.
All right. I'm already regretting picking you up as the first call. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you back.
Why? Come on, man.
Because you're already too many drinks in. You're already. I'm just glad you're not driving.
Oh no, I'm fine, man.
That's
I'm
great.
fine.
All right, give me some shout outs.
You know what?
You're gonna give Karen an aneurysm.
Wait, what?
What?
Yeah. Karen, say something.
Are you done yet?
Words I have never heard in my entire life. Just so you know. All right, hey man. Hey, I gotta let you go. Give a couple quick shout outs because it is a call-in show. Okay.
Shit.
You're not on the spot. Just people you want to shout out. Anybody.
Unjabbed in the arm type people, no matter who they are. I guess I give out a shout to Zulu and all the fallen flat earthers. I mean, like, you know.
Well, thank you. That's
Evas, the you know,
right,
everyone.
All right,
man.
No need to get sad. All right. All right, I'm kicking you out. I gotta go. I'll see you, Ben. Okay, so I put him on mute. So you know who he reminds me of? Did you ever remember the movie Grosse Point Blank with John Cusack from years ago?
Yes.
Yeah. His drunk friend at the end.
Yes.
No, the bully. It's like
the poetry.
Yeah, the poetry. Exactly.
Yeah.
Can I read you this? It's like, skip to the end. It's like, for a while.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, that's beautiful, man. He was just running into him. It's like, yeah, just aim him in another direction. Don't engage too much. Just point him somewhere else. Anyway, I like Paul Gatorade guy. He's fine. He's good. He's feeling no pain. All right, let's go down to, you know what? Let's counter that. Let's go out to 646. 646. What's happening?
What in the hell is going on with this show?
I don't know. I don't know.
This has gone downhill over the last couple of weeks. I actually listened to last week.
Dude.
Some guy called in. Can't tell if he was a prank caller or if he was just completely shit faced.
Which one? The one that just called in
It's really
now?
hard for me to tell. I kept waiting for you guys to completely wreck him, but you guys have really matured as show hosts. Like you actually can handle even the drunkest people that ever call in.
It helps that we knew he was drunk in advance. See, Peanut Gallery puts notes in front of people's names, so the program automatically will recognize your phone number. And then if there was something about you, in this case, it was Paul/Gatorade, which meant I knew that he was drinking Gatorade and vodka. So there you go.
Oh my God. What's written in front of my number?
It didn't make sense to me. I think it was different. It says radioactive. And I don't know if it's because you were on a rant that week. But that's what it says. I'm not kidding you. It says radioactive.
Can you hear me talking talking to myself on my microphone in the background, even though it's muted to you? Can he hear it?
No.
That'd be kind of funny because sometimes I'm saying some pretty funny shit, and it'd be funny if Peanut could hear it. You need to set that up, Peanut. I'm just saying.
Okay. We'll have him work on that.
Anyway, how are you guys doing? Everything good? You guys?
Yeah. No real complaints on a Tuesday for me, anyway.
Yeah, I sent you guys. I sent both of you. This is unconfirmed, but somebody circulated a picture yesterday of a 616-mile shot of Crete from Israel.
That's from a video that's on the Taboo Conspiracy channel.
Do we know if it
Is it old?
seems a little long for sea level for me. I
It's
mean,
extremely long.
that seems really
Extremely long.
That's
world record photography, even at 10,000 feet, is
I you know what? I have to agree when the distances start getting that far, because I've taken a lot of pictures like with my P900, right?
Yeah.
Where I went to like Myrtle Beach and stuff, and I took these super long, I was trying to take pictures up and down the coast. And then I came back and I went on Google Earth trying to like match up what I was seeing to what was in the picture. It is extremely hard.
Yeah.
It's extremely hard. It's harder
How
than
would you
it
even hold the
sounds
camera?
to do it. And there's
Seems
like a
the
bunch
camera,
of
that zoom.
right,
ahead.
but there's a bunch of islands over there. Like, so, for me, it's hard. Like, you can go on the sun angle, right? So that day the sun will set at a certain angle. So you can say, okay, if I was here, and you can put your pointer towards the sun angle. But it is extremely far. So I think it should be, if somebody else could repeat it, especially because the camera setup, like, I don't know. It was infrared.
You would think at that.
You
sort of
have to
distance,
remember,
if
it
you're
was
infrared.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, at the furthest zoom, that camera has to be steady as steady gets. In other words, even if you just like blow on the camera, it's going to blur the image, right? So
right.
at 616 miles,
and it
I
was
was a little
shaking
bit.
a
I don't know
lot.
yet. That was just. What's that?
I said the video was pretty shaky. It was, if you remember.
616 miles. That's like Kansas City to Denver.
It's a long
further,
ways,
maybe?
man.
Yeah.
That's a long ways.
I mean,
yeah.
You look at Jay Tolan Media's stuff that is taken from 30,000 feet, when he's up in a plane, and yeah, I mean, but you're looking really, really, far, far off in the distance from an elevation, and but this thing,
and the angular resolution and
thinner air
stuff
up there.
has to be taken into account. Like, even Jay Tolan has some good videos and stuff, but the ones where he thinks he's seeing like almost 1,000 miles, like, I kind of am like, I don't know about that. Like, it's once you start to get that far out, it's hard to decipher what is what on the
Yeah.
map versus what you're seeing. Like, it's really not that easy.
I think
So
sells
some
it
of
for
those I
me.
take, yes.
Maybe
I just take some of them with
maybe
a
we'll
grain
get
of
out
salt.
there. Flat Earth Land will tell us more about it, because I just got it yesterday. It's the first time I'd ever seen it, so it was really kind
Yeah,
of.
I mean, my only skepticism there is over water. I mean, I haven't seen anything even half that distance over water. Not even half.
And supposedly the guy planned it, right, so that he could take that picture because he knew the sun would be setting and backlighting the islands there. So, I mean, it could be, but like I said, I think it would be cool if somebody could recreate it or do it from a different spot. I don't know.
Yeah.
So there you go, Flat Earth World. There's your challenge. Go, if you're in Israel, see if you can get Crete at 616 miles. That's just really hard for me.
I mean, it's not
crazy things can happen.
It's not a deal breaker in our community. We've been doing so much long distance photography over the last 8 years that, I mean, it's a good, it's a great shot, but the distance is just so freaking far.
It is. I mean, it looks like it could be like it lines up, but that's a very far distance, and the size of things that when you start getting that far is ridiculous.
Because remember, you're punching through 600 miles of horizontal atmosphere. That is just so thick.
Yeah.
So I mean, this is the argument I use so many times. It's like, you might as well, because it's the argument I've used. It's like, why can't you see Japan from California? It's like, well, because you can't see that far through, that much thickness of atmosphere. You just can't.
Which is supposedly the purpose of using infrared, because infrared is supposed to cut through the atmosphere a little bit better. But
if I typed in how far.
Karen, I have a question. What's the pool like at the place where we're doing Vegas? Is it a nice pool?
I have no idea. I've not seen it.
Has it got a hot tub?
I don't know.
I'm sure.
I'm not a very good gambler, so I'm just thinking, I'm going to be doing a lot of pool time there.
I'm sure it has plenty.
There's got to be a pool. All the
look it
hotels-
up. It's Sam's
Samstown.
Samstown. Yeah, just look.
I didn't know what it was. It's the first time I've heard the venue.
Oh yeah,
okay.
Samstown.
Samstown. Sam's Town
That's
Hotel
cool.
and Casino. Check it out.
Yeah. I'm sure it's got plenty of amenities, dude. Remember in Vegas, they want you to stay. They want you to stay as long as possible. So
yeah, I'm worried about that.
you should be. You absolutely should be.
Okay, I gotta leave now. Okay, bye.
All right,
Bye.
see you, man. That was Alex. We can take up one more call before the break. Sure, he said. And by the way, calls, and in fact, it's from Vegas, which is weird. Phone number to call in is 848-222-2480. It's 848-222-2480. And we will pick this one. And then after that, think about calling in during the break because our phone lines will be open. Phone line we're picking up now, though, is 702. 702. What's up?
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good.
Hey, I heard you guys talking about the 80s a couple weeks ago, so
Yeah.
I wanted to let you know about a place out here. Yeah, there's a place called Back to the 80s Cafe, and they have tons of 80s memorabilia, and they have pretty good food, and their bar is one of the few bars that doesn't have, like the, what do you call them, the video poker machines, so they don't have gambling there or anything.
Nice. It's an 80s bar. What's it called again?
Back to the 80s Cafe.
Oh, I'm there. I'm gonna make sure I go there at least once. Back to the 80s Cafe.
And the owner looks just like George McFly.
Of course he does.
He even introduces himself as that.
Wow.
And then they have tater tots shaped like Tetris pieces.
Great. In fact, I'm gonna look it up during the break and look up some shots of the inside. I think it sounds like fun. I'm a big fan, as you know.
Yep. Yeah. I just wanted to let you know.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
That's pretty much all I got to say.
There's nothing wrong with that. As a Gen Xer, I appreciate that input.
All right. Cool, man. All right, I'll let you go. I know.
Thanks. Hey, before I let you go, are you going to the conference?
Yeah.
Damn right you are.
Oh, heck yeah.
Awesome.
Damn right I am.
About to say it's in your town. You better
Oh,
go.
we actually had a meetup at the 80s Cafe this Sunday, but only 2 other people showed up. So, but it was still cool.
Well, wait, who organized the meetup? I didn't promote it.
Yeah, nobody told me about it.
No, I did it with a local chat out here.
Dude, we could.
You can tell us about it when you're going to do meetups, and
it always helps to have exposure. You'd be surprised, and the blue dots. I mean, I don't know if you have the app, but
yeah,
there might be a whole bunch of blue dots out there.
Yeah, next time we schedule one, I'll let you know.
All right, please do. I'll make a promo for you.
All right, love the show, guys. I listen like every week.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, have a good one. Talk soon.
Right, bye.
Don't be a stranger.
You too.
Yep. I didn't like him very much. All right, so before we go to break, I want to mention really fast because I watched the first part of it. David got a pretty big, interesting interview on, what's that channel called again? Man in America. Did you catch any of it?
No, because I was getting ready for this show.
Oh, well.
I had no idea he was even live.
Yeah, I know. David said he goes, I'm going to be on. Starts at 9 Eastern. It's like, dude, we're on at 10 Eastern. But I caught like 20, 30 minutes of it. And it's called From Man in America. I think he's got like 120,000 subs. It's called I Never Thought I'd Be Talking About This. He's one of those guys that got hooked by listening to something else. Off in the background, like a lot of people do. You're listening, it's like, all right, well, I'll just listen in the background. And next thing you know, he was flat smacked. So that's pretty cool.
Right on.
And I thought that, remember we said you didn't see it. Remember I said where David's on an interview, so he's not listening.
Yeah.
Sure enough, he goes, oh, I'm listening. It's like, he must, I don't know, maybe it was only going on for like an hour, or maybe he pre-recorded it. Whatever. Doesn't matter. I think, by the way, that he saw your the dollar signs you put in his eyes.
Oh yeah, he did. He messaged me about it.
It's a typo. I don't think that was real. It was a glitch.
Oh,
Karen
it's
didn't do it. Karen didn't do it deliberately.
right. I got to remake those commercials all the time. So, sometimes I get bored and I want to mess around and do stuff.
Yep.
We'll change it again.
Karen doesn't have oversight. So, all right. When we come back from our last break, we will take your phone calls. But as you know, right now, the phone lines are open. So the phone number to call in is 848-222-2480. That's 848-222-2480. And again, you don't have to be shy. When's the last time you heard either of us yell at anybody? Yes, Karen made the ambulance driver feel bad because we're not even sure if he was an ambulance driver.
I think that guy deserved it.
Yes, he did. But everybody else, we're nice to. We don't mind. You can call in and say whatever. Just say, hey, long time listener, first time caller, love the show, or hot sex, or whatever else we do. And don't forget, and I'm going to make a point of this at the conference in Vegas, that I am completely doxxed out there. For people that wonder, it's like, hey, Mark, what's the best way to get a hold of you? It's like I've completely doxed myself in every single description box of every video I make. It's literally out there. My name, my full name, my real phone number, my real mailing address. Seriously. Here, let's try this before we go to break. You ready? Let's do this. Phone number, my phone number. Literally, here's the phone right here. Phone. It is 303. I know it's a Colorado number, but I took it with me when I left Boulder. 303-494-6631. Anybody? Let's try it. Oh, we got like an 8-second delay or something like that. 303-494-6631. Anybody? Well, let's go to break and we'll find out. Aaron, roll that music.
All righty.
Yeah, look at that.
Alpha 33, target is on property, approaching food trailer.
Engage Delta 9.
Roger. Alpha 33 descending.
Hey, I know you.
They might be listening.
CIA.
Maybe.
Aliens.
Probably.
Globalists.
Definitely. I may have already said too much.
We have what you need.
Really?
It's flat
I'm listening.
and round
Go on.
and delicious.
Tell me the secret. I see the truth in it.
I thought you might.
This truly is a special place.
Yeah, we like to think so.
Will you be here tomorrow?
We move around quite a bit.
Ah, a mobile command center. A strong strategy. I like where your head's at.
Anything else?
I was never here.
intercept. Copy that, Alpha 33. Come on back, let's eat.
Long live Flat Earth.
Long live Flat Earth!
Welcome back to Strange World, part 4 of 4. Yeah, so it's you, me, Karen B, who may or may not be the granddaughter of Aleister Crowley. In fact, do you have like a, you know what you should release is like a special map of all the tattoos you have?
Why would I ever do that?
Because I'm sure people are curious. Because every once in a while you'll flash some ink here and there, and people are like, "What the?" You know, you got ink. So
a little bit.
Seriously, every time you put your arms together, I think of Constantine, Keanu Reeves from Constantine. Yeah, magical powers happen. And then, all right, who's calling me? 417 called me from Mount Vernon, Missouri. 404 called me. So thank you for that. Zulu 1 also called me. So yeah, it's a real phone number. There you go. It's absolutely real. I think I'll take it with me on stage to show people. It's like, yeah, it's real. And so many people don't call it because they don't think it's real. It's like, oh, he wouldn't put it. Or if I'm an agent, I'm tracking you. It's like, dude, I'm tracking you anyway. It doesn't matter if you call the phone or not. It doesn't. You know, before I was looking at stuff through the break. Here's a little story. You know, a couple of weeks ago we mentioned the Bud Light fiasco that's been going down. It's just it gets worse because, as you know, the demographic for Bud Light are very, what's the word I'm looking for there? They'll hold a grudge. That group of people, and so it's just getting bad to where this one store, the lowest they say it's $3.49 for a case, and they're still not selling them. And I did not know, because I don't drink a lot of beer, that beer expires. You know, beer has a best by date, but most of the time it never hits it because people drink a lot of freaking beer. And Bud Light apparently is just stacking up to where the distributors are having to send it back. It's like, dude, we can't give these things away. I don't know what you guys are thinking, but you are losing. But people are already talking. It's like, will Bud Light even survive this? Like as a brand, where they just have to be like, yeah, there's just no Bud Light anymore. Yeah.
I don't know. Oof. I mean, who drinks Bud Light, man? I never see people drinking Bud Light.
Not now. I mean,
but even before.
Well, I mean, I know a bunch of light beer drinkers just because the argument is you can control your buzz more precisely. It's like, yeah, I guess that's one reason.
You can drink a whole bunch of beer and not get drunk. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
If you just like drinking beer,
you just keep drinking.
Yeah. I guess. Okay. Let's pick up some calls. Let's go out to New York 718. What's happening out there?
Hello.
Oh, I know who you are.
Now, hold on a second. Are you here?
Yes.
Am I speaking to the leader of Earth?
Yes. Do you have a spaceship?
I do. Would you like me to take you all away from me?
Oh, hey, foreplay will get you more play. All right.
Ooh, you're so smooth. But listen, hi everyone. And also, Karen, I actually have a serious question for you.
Okay.
So I was ruminating the other day about what's it like being named Karen and being white in this current climate. I was just wondering, because I was thinking about women and girls that were named Isis back in the day. I actually had a friend named Isis. And I just wondered if it was a kind of similar burden having that kind of name, in this climate of Karens. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, at first it kind of bothered me because it wouldn't go away. And now it's like every time somebody acts like an idiot or an a-hole, they're a Karen. And I'm like, Karen is not a pejorative term. Like, that's my name, damn it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever.
I imagine it must be annoying.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Karen. This too will pass. There'll be some other that comes down the pipe. Trust me.
It'd be different if Karen did public rants, then it would get really weird and sort of meta. Because
I kind of do public.
No, you know what I mean, though. I mean, like if you went to like a coffee shop and started yelling at a barista or something,
yeah.
and then people would say, "And her name's actually Karen," and then people like, "Oh my god."
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be too much.
Well, sometimes it could be fun though, and people are like, "Are you going to talk to the manager?" And I'm like, "I am the manager, bitch."
Mic drop. Yeah. Well, my phone is actually running on fumes at the moment, but because I was supposed to talk to you about the number 9, but I'm going to save that for my next phone call. But I would like to leave you with another of my non-PC jokes. And I just have to preface this by saying I am an equal opportunity offender. So I promise you, after this joke that I tell you, I will come back with an equally offensive white person one next time I call. But here's a joke.
We got
a black man takes home a white girl, and they get back to his apartment. And then she says, "Oh, tell me if it's true what they say about black men." And then he stabs her and steals her purse. All right, then. So I'd like to shout out to Alex and Jan. And also there's this guy, I think from area code 501, 505 that occasionally gives me a shout out. I'm shouting out to him. And also I'd like to extend a shout out to all the purebloods. And that's it for now.
Thank you.
Next time I call, I will actually speak to you about the number 9.
All right. Well, thank you.
Extensively.
You have a lovely evening.
Okay, you too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, let's go to 715. 715, what's happening?
Hey, what's up, Mark and Karen? I'm a first-time caller. Been listening for a long time. I just had a question for Karen. Did you ever think about making videos for children about flat Earth at all?
I have thought about it, and actually I'm been talking to Zach and Cami about doing something like that, like homeschooling videos.
Yes.
Yeah.
That would be awesome, because I'm blind. And so trying to describe this stuff to my child is kind of hard, you know what I mean? So having some videos out there like that would be awesome, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, totally. There's definitely a need for it, and there are some of it we're working on it in the background.
That's awesome. I just wanted to keep it short, but I just wanted to call in, say what's up to y'all. I'm from Wisconsin.
Right on.
My name's Holly. I'm always in the background, lurking, listening. I guess I'll shout out to you and Mark and Jaren and Cami and Rose and Jan and Zulu. And happy birthday today to my old man who's sleeping. He's the one that woke me up.
Oh,
cool.
And in 2015. And then my little baby truther baby, she'll be 10 tomorrow. So she's
Aw.
a little flat earther. Yeah.
That's
awesome.
So I appreciate you, and I love you guys' show.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Yep.
All right. Have a good
Bye.
one.
Thank you.
Yep. Bye.
All right. You know what? I should have asked her. Nah, I won't ask her. You know what? I can pick her up again. Hang on. This is the magic of technology. Hey, are you still there? Hey, real quick. Have you ever heard of a town in Wisconsin called Cochrane?
No, I live up north.
Oh, up north.
I like Superior on the reservation.
Up north, almost in Canada. Eh? Okay, that's all I need to know. Thank you. Thank you. Have a good one.
All right, bye.
Bye.
What's up with what is it? Cochrane? What's up with
Cochrane,
that?
Wisconsin. That is where my German, well, they weren't even from freaking Germany. Germany wasn't even Germany then. It was Prussia. People forget before Germany, there was a country called Prussia, PR, like Russia, but with a P in front of it.
Mhm.
And we, my family had to renounce the king of Prussia, and we moved to Wisconsin. That's where we're from. And we had a family reunion back in the day, back in the 90s. And I went there and visited all the gravestones and all that fun stuff. So it's kind of cool.
Wow.
All right. Phone lines are open. So where are you guys? Because if you don't call in, we are going to talk about Vegas, probably.
Vegas.
So last week, third week of October, Vegas.
Yes.
At Sam's
Town
Hotel
and Casino, and it's a cool place. It's a big place. It's got a bowling alley and a movie theater and all kinds of stuff. So I'm sure they have a pool too. There's a KOA campground right next to it.
Really?
Yes.
Oh wow,
So
that'd be perfect
anybody
for
who
our
wants,
groups.
right, exactly. So anybody who wants to take that route, you can just go look on the Google Maps, Sam's Town Hotel and Casino, and you'll see right there next to it, there's a KOA campground. So if you're a camper, you know, if you have a camper and that's how you travel sometimes, you can totally do that.
Nice.
It's just cool.
All right. And with that, we've got a couple phone calls lined up. Go figure. So let's hit them fast. 417, you called my cell phone, didn't you?
I did.
I
had to do it. I think I've called you before with one of my other cell phones. I don't remember. I know I've sent you a couple different emails and stuff like that. But yeah.
Right on.
Y'all.
I am a real person.
I didn't have anything to really talk. Yep. I didn't really have anything to talk about. You said somebody needed to call, so I figured I'd call again.
All right. Well, no, it's fine. What do anything fun tonight?
Man, I was gonna work on my sewer system at my house, but then I had a couple drinks and just passed out.
Nice.
Woke up in time to catch the show.
That is quality right there. That's
When did you wake up to Flat Earth?
On top of everything.
When did you get into Flat Earth first?
Back whenever everything blew up back in 2015. I think it was July of 2015.
Nice.
Yep.
About right. That's when things started taking
Mhm.
off.
Yep.
That's about when I
I've
got
listened
there.
to every single Mark Sargent and almost every single Karen B video ever made.
Nice.
Wow.
Cool.
Thanks.
That's saying something because there's a lot of content out
I
there.
pay for YouTube. You know, I pay that $15 a month or whatever it is because whenever I work, I can turn my phone screen off with YouTube by paying for YouTube Red.
Oh.
So whenever I'm working, I just put my earbuds in, put on a good 2-hour, 3-hour Flat Earth video, and work.
Awesome.
Nice. Or you could clear your entire schedule and just do a ear one on video for 6 hours or 8 hours or whatever that thing is.
Yeah, totally. You know, and it doesn't waste out my phone, and with the screen off, I don't have to worry about it like skipping the video or going to something else by just like butt dialing.
Very cool. Very cool. All right, man. Well, thanks. We got a whole bunch of calls, so I'm gonna kick you off because, well, I just don't like you. So we'll talk to you later, okay?
Oh, you're a dick.
All right, have a good one, man. See ya.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye. I'm kidding, probably. Let's go to another 845. Wait, 845. Are you close to Zulu?
Hello?
Hello.
Yes. I just want to make sure I got you.
Hey.
My name's Rick.
Hey, Rick. What's going on?
I got a I don't go off script here. I got a flat Earth question for you. Many long time ago, you did a wonderful interview with a vacuum expert, and he mentioned the Tor chart.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Okay, so I look up the Tor chart, and stop me if anybody's done this before. I've never heard of this. So after finding the Tor chart, I looked up the world's most powerful vacuum chamber.
Yeah.
It happens to be in Sandusky, Ohio, and it's operated by the JPL. Well, as I'm looking at the chart, and as you scroll down, I found out the Sandusky vacuum chamber only achieves a high vacuum, where there's 8 levels.
Yeah.
And outer space is 2 more levels above that, right?
Sure.
Okay, so how do you test a spacesuit?
Oh,
question.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one. Yeah, you don't.
Anybody ever do that before?
You don't. And to your point,
so I come up with something interesting. That's cool.
Yeah, no. And to your point, when you look at, you can look up on YouTube if you want. You can type in, man in vacuum chamber, spacesuit in vacuum chamber, or whatever it is, and you will find almost no astronauts in a vacuum chamber ever. The one that pops up most often is what James May from Top Gear, the British television show, where he was just in a G-force suit at an Air Force base, and I don't even know what level they took him to, but it wasn't very high,
right?
But it wasn't very far at all. But yeah, and the vacuum expert, thank you for bringing that up from it was quite a few years ago. He mentioned, because what he was doing was he was working with electronics, and he was getting, his point was it takes one of the most powerful engines you could think of just to get it to a 99% vacuum, and then the last percent or so you have to do it chemically with a leaching process to get whatever's left in there away, because he goes, there isn't enough horsepower to get on Earth to get it to 100%.
Right.
So yeah, your point's well.
Yeah, even this the website said it takes like 24 to 36 hours to reach that vacuum.
Yeah.
So what do they do? Sit a guy in there for a day and a half waiting?
Well, yeah, it's ridiculous. There's the spacesuit is a myth in terms of what it can do, which is why you never see an astronaut in a. And again, because it's invisible, the part that throws people, kind of like the why the show is called Ignorance is Bliss. A vacuum chamber compared to just what we're breathing in now, completely imperceptible to the human eye. A vacuum chamber looks identical to a pressurized chamber. And so all you have to do is put an astronaut in there and say, oh yeah, look at that. He's in a vacuum chamber. It's like, oh, okay. Which is why I made that challenge years ago, because I could go in with $4 worth of materials and tell you whether it's a vacuum chamber or not, because tap water boils in a vacuum. A balloon, even a partially filled balloon, will just keep expanding until it blows up. And my third little device, any bell whatsoever, if you ring a bell in a vacuum chamber, it doesn't make noise because the sound waves can't go anywhere.
Okay, that makes me feel better. By the way, I'm calling from Pine Bush, New York, which is known as the UFO capital of the world, according to everybody around here.
Pine Bush, New York.
We were even mentioned in the UFO documentary a while back.
Really?
But I was interested. Another thing I heard you talk about on one of the previous shows was a teacher was asking about opening questions she can use to her students, questions alluding to the flat Earth without losing her job.
Yeah.
And what I had done was Pine Bush is located 41 degrees north latitude. So right now I am traveling at 974 miles per hour, or 1,100 feet per second.
Right.
Which I think is, quite feasible until you look out the window. I think that would be an interesting question to pose to anybody, especially a flat earther. How fast are you going right now?
Right.
I find that interesting.
Yeah, that's a tough one for. Well, it depends what level of students you're talking to, because some that would be irrelevant to them.
Right.
But some they might be able to understand. Put a seed. I mean, it couldn't hurt. Again, the video that we put at the beginning of the thing. If you've got Chinese astronauts talking to freaking 10-year-olds, and all they're doing, it's like, with the standard questions, are you in space? You are. That's really cool. It's like, oh, we can compete with that, but it takes some different tactics. Anyway, anything else? Because we're running out of time here with the show.
No, I appreciate it. I can call you back. I got a few more, little things to bring up. I appreciate taking the call.
Yeah. Don't be a stranger, okay?
And, my shout out, praise and worship goes to that Peter person. I forgot his last name.
Peter Jarvio.
Goes to campuses.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to do a video or something. He's got to set the size of a globe really to do something like that. From my point of view.
Nice.
So. Oh, and by the way, Karen, I really like your ink. I find it very appealing.
Well, thank you.
Ink on a woman.
Karen's got
that's
weapons
about it.
rating. All right, thanks, man. You have a good one.
Okay, thank you, Mark. All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Karen's got a fan. All right, let's go to 845. Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I'm off key. I want to be a part of it with Karen's tattoos.
Oh my God, New York.
See, you were on key.
Oh my God. What's that?
You were on key on then. I was making dogs bark at a distance. Yeesh. That was awful.
Oh man. Real quick, shout out to that guy in Pine Bush. I know where that is. That is the UFO capital. They're all crazies up there. I love them. There's all kinds of shit, man. There's all kinds of stuff. It's been for years. It's in a lot of books. Stanton Friedman talked about it. Yeah, there's a lot of weird shit.
What's up there? Is it mostly farmland and forests? What's up there?
Well, it runs along the Schwangunk mountain ridge. And so it's on one side of it. And for some reason, people say they see black helicopters all the time going towards the mountain and then just gone, like they're going into it. There's all kinds of stuff. There's things about, like my one friend, the one road he lives on, I can't think of it, but, and there's something about the ground, the magnetism in the ground, like there's just all kinds of stuff. They do a UFO thing every year. There is a diner there called the Cup and Saucer, and everybody goes there to meet and talk about UFOs and stuff. Yeah, it's interesting, and it is kind of farmland as you get up to it. Small little town.
Cool. That's neat.
Yeah, interesting place. Yeah, I wanted to just give him a shout out. Oh, shout out to the first time caller, long time listener, the one up north.
Oh yeah, up there in Wisconsin. Yeah.
Right. Up north, yeah.
Yep. Yadder hay.
Funny. Oh, and I guess shout out to the Gatorade guy. He mentioned me too.
Oh yeah, I got to be careful
Wasn't
with
his
him.
Gatorade
Again,
last time?
I regret picking him up as the first call, but you know what? We got him out of the way. So.
Oh, that is fucking awesome. That's awesome.
Gotta love our people.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Hey, I'm curious. What does Sean Penn have to say about the crisis going on? Fucking politician assholes, actors.
Well, remember Sean Penn already took a trip over to Ukraine to visit Zelensky and give his support.
I was gonna say, didn't he give Zelensky an Oscar?
Yeah.
Gave him an Oscar. He's doing such a great job acting his part on the world stage.
Yeah.
Yes. You're so good at it.
Yeah. I should have an update
Oh
on
my
the
God.
ninja status next week, I think. So we'll see how that goes.
Nice.
Anything else?
Yeah, it's just been just all stupidness, just ridiculous, all the things. I mean, same as usual. I mean, I guess I'm kind of still perplexed that they've even said officially COVID is over, the pandemic, all this stuff is officially over, and yet they're still pushing fucking vaxes, boosters, and there's a shitload of douchebags walking around with masks around here. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. It's true.
Yeah, and it seems like it's been ramping up, like more masks. Like it died down, and then they stopped it, and people are just doing it again. And I'm seeing them in the cars by themselves.
Yeah, because they're pushing that XBB, the XBB thing.
Sure.
Right. How can you? I just don't get it. How can you be that afraid?
They're just keeping up the
and
charade.
then right, and then how are you that terrified, but yet you still go out in public?
Right.
It's the most deadliest, scariest thing, and you're gonna fucking risk going out to public to get a burger?
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with these people?
Yep.
They are so beyond fucking broken.
Yep. I know. But hey, the silver lining, you aren't one of them, and most of your friends aren't either. So
100% don't regret not taking that fucking shot. That's for sure.
Nope. I'm with you, man. I'm with you.
Crazy. Yeah, I got a quote.
What?
The only time I commit to conspiracy theories is when something retarded happens, like Lee Harvey Oswald acting alone. I just thought that was funny. It is Toe Rogan, but I just thought that was funny.
Oh,
Like,
Joe's got
theory-
his quotes. I just wish that he wouldn't have knuckled under, but I know he's got a family and he was dumb enough
Oh,
to
yeah. I
dumb
mean,
enough to look at the camera and say, "Hey, I'll work for you." Moron. It's like, at least leave that.
well, I honestly, I think it's more like he did it because he was telling us, "Yo, dudes, I believe you, but that fucking paycheck's big. I gotta go."
Yeah.
You know, you like that, because he always seems to, when he talks to Neil deGrasse asshole, he always brings up like flat Earth and throws little digs at him. Not like he's really trying to, oh, well, what about this? It seems more like he's like, yeah, okay, Dick, what about this? And yeah, like Neil's, I don't know, he's another asshole.
Yeah.
He's that definitely, well, actually guy, like everything with him. I don't like him.
Hey, Zulu.
Yes, sir.
The show's over, so you got it.
Okay.
So, with that, we're gonna tie a bow on this. We'll be back next week, same flat time, same flat channel. Say goodnight, Karen.
Good night, Karen.
Say goodnight, Zulu.
Good night, Zulu.
And Peanut just gives me a whole bunch of static. And yeah, let's roll this sucker out with the music that we know so well. Oh yeah, and hot sex.
Hot sex.
Good night, everybody.
as it's ever been. Wound up chasing stars all over again. There's words for what you got, what you have, and what you'll ever need. There's love so many nights, so many nights, so many ways to believe.
Hello, Daisy. Hello, Maggie.